what is healthy sex for gay men? Hey guys, Michael Pizzullo here, psychotherapist in West Hollywood. So for a lot of gay men, sex can feel like a free-for-all. There is a little sense of knowing what my boundaries are, what's healthy, what's not. So I want to give you a few guidelines that might help you get a sense of understanding how to keep yourself safe and do things that are healthy for you. Now, I already made a video about this actually, so I'll link it below. That will be sort of part one. This is going to be part two, where I give you 4 more parameters that you can follow. And again, what's healthy is very subjective. So you obviously want to craft this to your own taste and your own liking and your own psychology. But here are 4 parameters that you can follow loosely if you're a gay man who is exploring sex and sexuality. So the first one would be that it is safe. And safe has a number of things beneath it. Obviously, there's physical safety, there is health, so thinking about STIs, stuff like that. Also, you want to think about emotional safety, psychological safety, all the different things that make you feel like what you're doing is, secure and that you feel safe to explore. And safety for you may be very different from safety from the next person. So you really want to tailor this to, your own boundaries, your own parameters of what makes you feel safe and what makes you feel good. The second one would be that it is authentic. So obviously sexual taste can vary dramatically, but you want to think about, is what you're doing part of your authentic desire? And even if you're actually trying something new for the first time, that at least the curiosity is authentic. Even if you're a little bit unsure or you're exploring, that what you're doing comes from an authentic place of spontaneity or curiosity from within yourself, and you're not doing something that is inauthentic, I think that's always going to be a sign that you're probably leading toward something that could be less healthy for you, at least in a psychological or an emotional sense. The third one would be, and this might be a little bit controversial, but healthy sex is sober. So I do know that a lot of people purposely combine substances with sex these days. I don't think it's a healthy thing to do in general. While it's pretty common and people can do it from time to time, but I would never call it healthy. But also too that, all these things that we're talking about in terms of discerning your authenticity and your safety are difficult to do when you are under the influence. It's hard to know your boundaries. It's hard to be connected to yourself. It's easy to, accidentally move the goalpost and that sort of thing. So it really does impact your judgment, but it also disembodies you. So I think, generally speaking, that any kind of sex that's not sober is probably not going to be within the realm of healthy. With that being said, I get that some people might have a couple drinks and then hook up, and that's kind of different, but I'm talking about something that really alters your mind and your psychological state. And I really would encourage people to have sex under no influence as much as possible. I do think that's a healthier way to go about it, and frankly, just more enjoyable. And then the last one I would say is that healthy sex should be expressive. And what I mean by that, and I know this is kind of vague, but sex is a mechanism for feeling alive. So I think it should express something. It doesn't have to be an emotion. I mean, it could be that you're expressing, affection or a desire to connect with someone. It could also be expressing just physical desire and pleasure, and that you want to explore someone's body, or you just want to get off, frankly. But I think that sex should be expressive in some capacity. If it's not, and it's sort of numbing or deadening or disconnected, then I think you're probably veering into the realm of something that's either unhealthy or just not really optimal. So I would think about that sex is a means of expression, and so something should be expressed, fill in the blank of what that is for you. But there should be some sort of, aliveness or creativity to what you're doing, if that makes sense. So anyway, those are my 4 parameters that I would offer to you. Again, sex is so subjective, and I think as gay people, we know that we never want to, shame people or put too much judgment on someone for their sexual expression, because obviously gay people were shamed just for having same-sex attraction altogether. But I do think it's important that, you know, sex can also go off the rails and it can get messy, literally and figuratively. So I think it is good to have some parameters around, you know, what's healthy so that you can keep yourself in the bounds of, you know, fun, creativity, enjoyment, and that you don't end up, you know, engaged in something that leaves you feeling just not so good about yourself. So anyway, those are my thoughts. As always, please let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing what people have to say, and your input is very valuable to me, so I appreciate it. If you'd like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to work with me directly as a therapist or as a coach, I have my booking link in the description. As always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.